Okay, we're good. Oh, my brain is not functioning today. Um, but we're going to blame that on the Benadryl because I did take a Benadryl today. So, but like, I don't want you guys to get stuck or dwell on what happened in the past. Always, every day for me is a new day. No matter what happened that day, every day is a new day. I can start fresh. I can, always grow from what I did yesterday or what I did last month. And I want to tell you guys, I get a lot of questions about like, what's your secret sauce? Like, is there a secret formula? Like, what do you do? I can tell you being around Katie and Em and Lindsay and all those people, there isn't a special sauce. What they do is they get up every single day and they do what they do. They talk to people, they build relationships, they grow their minds. I got really close with Chloe. And if you guys haven't followed Chloe's story, she went really high in the ranks really fucking fast. But I can tell you from being around her, she busts her ass. We were in Florida and we were on vacation and everybody's like, jumping in the pool and everybody was drinking and like having a good time. Chloe was pacing back and forth in front of the pool and she was sending voice messages to potentials. She was still talking to potentials. She was still sending potentials information. And every single morning, because she was in the same house that I was in, because there was two different houses, every single morning she had her book out and she was reading. Like, her being on vacation didn't stop her from doing what she wanted to do. She was still grinding and working her ass off sitting next to a pool. And it like kind of struck me because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do that. Like, I enjoyed the vacay. I wasn't attached to my phone, and like I didn't even take a whole lot. Like, I took pictures, but I didn't take a whole lot of pictures like I wanted to because I just wanted to soak up the knowledge. I wanted to soak up the energy and the atmosphere and just really take in what all this was and how I got here and just be like in the moment. That was really important for me. So it blows my mind. We get caught in like this comparison game and it's real easy. But you need to know that like your story is different than my story. Your story is different than Christine's story. Your story is different than Katie and Em's and Lindsay's. And why they're successful is because they embrace that. They knew they were different. They knew that they needed to embrace their story, love their story, and they ran with that. My story is different. I'm huge, on the epilepsy advocacy. And I have 4 boys. And, Christine has no kids. She's a dog mom. She loves animals. She's the crazy cat lady. And she embraces that and loves that. And people know that about her. I feel like sometimes you guys are scared to be yourself and put that out there because it is scary. I know it's scary, but I can tell you breaking out of that comfort zone and showing who you really are, because you all are all beautiful people. You guys all have something to share to this world, and you all have valuable content to share. You just need to stop being scared. I had like a breakthrough moment for myself with this trip. I have a lot of self-doubt, y'all. Y'all may think I have my shit together, but I don't. I wake up and I have those feelings of I can't do this, or why is it taking so long for me, or why haven't I hit 12K yet, or all these different things. And I keep pushing and I keep going. But like when Chloe George, like I've always looked up to her. She's 20 years old, y'all. Like, she is 20 years old and she's an 80K leader. Like, it just blows my mind. But I have always looked up to her. And this whole weekend, she was like, Felicia, I am so obsessed with you. Like, you are the one that pushes me every day. And that just blows my mind because I'm like, it clicked with me, like, I don't feel worthy of, you know, being 12K or being 40K, because I'm like, who am I? I'm not anybody special. I'm a girl who just decided to take a chance and dream big. And I just try to be kind to people every day and show compassion and help as many people as I possibly can. And what it's brought to me still, like, blows my mind. And it's not about the money, it's not about the rank. Like, it's about these friendships and these experiences I've been able to experience. I never thought in a million years I'd be flying by myself to Florida for a girls retreat, because I can tell you right now, my last gig, they had those competitions, you know, the meet and greets at, you know, the CEO's house or whatever. I never won anything like that. I never earned a trip like that. So for me, it was just like accomplishing something like that and actually being able to go, because even if I would like earn something, I couldn't afford to fucking go. Like, there was no way in hell I was spending $500 on the damn plane ticket to go to Florida for fucking 3 days. Y'all, like, I was on the plane, hung out, got on the plane. Like, it was a very short vacay. But it was an amazing experience. And I wanted to share something with you guys, because I feel like some of y'all think, like, I want customers, I want promoters, and I know Rochelle touched on this, but, and yes, that's what we want, but you need to be in the mindset of helping people and inspiring people. And I know Christine knows the story, but oh, no. Take him upstairs.
Vader.
Right? That's all I know. Vader and Tyrion. Drive me nuts. You don't have to stop. Get upstairs. Sorry, long life. But of course we want customers and promoters, but if we go into it as a positive mindset, as helping people, I promise you, when you put good out there, good comes back to you. And I want to share this story with you guys because it's super, super powerful. And this girl, like, did something today that, like, completely blew my mind. So there was this girl that was with It Works, and I freaking loved her. Like, her page, her vibe, everything. I was obsessed with her. And I built this relationship with her. We talked on the phone. We messaged back and forth. And she decided she wanted to make the switch. And we had talked about her joining Thrive. And so I thought it was just like a matter of time. Okay. And we had talked about her switching over to Thrive. She was scared, like, so it was just a matter of time for me. I was like, this girl's gonna be my runner. She's gonna be my rock star. Like, let's go. And she called me one day. I don't understand why my volume, like, just changes or stops. Can y'all hear me? Okay. So she called me one day and she was in tears, crying, because before we had talked about her switching, she had already talked to another friend about joining Thrive. And she was terrified that I was going to hate her. Absolutely terrified. She was crying, bawling her eyes out, said, you know, she loved our friendship and that she was just scared to tell me that she had already told somebody else that she was going to sign under them, but she didn't want to lose my friendship. And of course, I was like, oh my gosh, like, welcome to the, you know, thanks for leaving the dark side. I'm happy for you, but I'm still going to be your friend. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's going to be like, okay, fuck you. You don't want to be friends, or you don't want to be on my team, then I have nothing for you. Like, that's not who I am. And we've continued to build this relationship. She signed with another girl. We continue to build this relationship. And where'd it go? Oh my gosh. She sent me a card today, you guys. And I don't know. My here we go. So she sent me a card today, and like, this is why I do what I do. This is why I'm so passionate. This is why people like reach out to me is because of the person I am, because of how I treat people, because I could have very easily been like, eh, she's not going to do anything to benefit me, so I don't really have any point in talking to her. She's a fellow epileptic, and she never once talked about epilepsy. And she wrote some things in here about how, you know, let's see. She said, "You've made such a difference in my life by inspiring me to be open, honest, and proud of my epilepsy, something I've silently struggled with for almost 10 years. Your kindness, support, positivity, and love made such a difference at a time for me when I wasn't being treated like I mattered and wasn't appreciated." And I was just like in tears, like, oh my gosh. And all I ever did was just like show her compassion and talk to her and let her know that, like, you're a good girl. Like, be proud of who you are. Like, epilepsy doesn't define you. You shouldn't be hiding that. Like, I'm the person I am today because I have epilepsy, because I went through all those struggles, because I got through them, because, that's just a part of who, it doesn't define me, but it is a part of who I am. If I would have, never had a seizure and had a car accident, 8 years ago, I'd probably be out there working a 9 to 5 job, and I'd probably never even hear about network marketing. It's completely, it changed my life for the better. It was hard, it was a struggle, it was a bitch. I hated it. I went through a period of hating life. But you have to like learn to love your struggle, love your flaws, your struggles, and realize that that's what made you who you are. You can be compassionate and kind to someone who's going through similar things because you know what that feels like. And we're humans. Like, I wish more people were kind and compassionate to each other, because that's really so important. And it makes such a huge difference in people's lives, you all. And that's why I do what I do, because I know regardless, if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'll get those customers, I'll get those promoters. But I want to inspire people. I want to do this in this card every single day. I want to touch somebody and make a difference in the world. If it makes them smile, that day, and they get to walk around happy for a day, my job is done. There's not a special sauce. It's just you being you, and sharing valuable content. If you've been through a struggle, share that with somebody. I've been very open on my social media about me struggling last month and me losing my mojo and my fire. Um, but I share that with people because it happens all the time. And I don't think we talk about it enough. Network marketing is hard. It's not easy, y'all. You have to have a thick skin. You have to be able to keep pushing and pushing through. But if it was easy, the payout wouldn't be that great, because then anybody could do it's hard because the benefit is so fucking rewarding. And if you knew what M's paychecks were, you would start running. And literally, her boyfriend shared their story with me, and or with us, and I was just like, it lit a fire in my ass, because this girl sat at her desk for 10, 12 hours a day, just fucking grinding, just talking to people, just sharing her story, sharing her experiences, sharing her struggle. Like, anybody that would listen to her, she was talking to them. And I'm not saying you have to spend 10, 12 hours a day, but if you want to be an 80K, you're going to have to put the time into it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be a 40K, you're going to have to work like a 40K. And a 40K doesn't just post a few times, post some stories a few times, and have 5 conversations. You know what I mean? And like, I had to accept that for myself, that I'm not working like a 12K is, and that's why I'm not a 12K leader. You know, you want that higher profit, you're going to have to put more work in. You're going to have to talk to more people. You're going to have to grow your mind. I know that we talk about growing your mind and self-development so freaking much. And I know that like Craig and M, they all talk about it in our weekly team chats. And it's no joke. Like, and they were talking about it all through the retreat. Like, they read their books, they grow their mind, they dig deep into their soul, they rewrite their whys, they have affirmations all over their house. They're constantly telling themselves, I can do this, I'm worthy. Whatever it is that they need to tell themselves, they are constantly pouring into themselves. I've been doing this for almost 8 months now, and it's probably been within the last 2 months that I've really grown as a person. And people have noticed that. And it was weird to me because people would be like, oh, hey, I can tell you've grown a lot in like the past month. And I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I went 4K back in May. Like, I didn't grow then. You know what I mean? But it wasn't about like my rank. It was about like my posts have changed. The way I'm talking has changed. I view things differently. There's certain people that like I've outgrown, mentally, and I just don't really vibe with them anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you have to surround yourself by people who are dreaming big and are willing to go the long mile, not give this a month and then quit, or give this 2 months and be like, it's not working, I'm done. Like, Katie built her business for 5 years, y'all. 5 years. Okay. I haven't even been doing this for 2 years. So, like, it's a process, it's a job, it's hard, but the reward, it's freaking phenomenal. It's amazing. It's a good feeling to know that you've helped so many people, and then like you're financially in a good, place yourself. But it takes work. It takes a lot of work. And if it takes me 5 years to become a millionaire, who fucking cares? What am I doing? I'm a stay-at-home mom. What am I doing? You know, everybody here, you guys, who has full-time jobs or part-time jobs, or what are you doing? Like, what if you weren't doing Thrive? You'd still be doing the same 9 to 5, the same stuff you're always doing, but do this on the side for 5 years and become a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, it's worth it to work hard for this, and then in 5 years be able to say, like, I just built my dream house, I just took my kids on vacation. 5 years is nothing in the grand scheme of it. So, just, and that's what I tell myself, you guys. Like, when I get down and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been in 8 months, why am I not 40K? Like, who cares what rank I am? I grow more and more. I get on here every week. I try to pour my heart into you guys and inspire you all. And I just try to keep doing better every single day. And I know that it's going to come. I know God has my back. And, when I'm ready to move up, when I've grown enough, He is going to, help me through that transition. But I don't want you guys to give up. I want you guys to know that, like, you guys are so worth it. You guys are amazing, and um, everybody struggles, even 200K leaders, and um, just continue to grow your mind. Like, continue to grow your mind, because I know it sounds stupid, like reading a book or listening to podcasts, but it really does change like the game for you. And as far as like, what to do like every single day, um, I've struggled a lot with sticking to a routine and being consistent this summer with my kids. But Dustin Bland said something that really struck with me. And he was like, you need to find your workspace. Like, whatever that means, find a place that when you sit in that place, your mind goes into like work mode. And because I was like doing all kinds of things around the house, like I was sitting on the couch, like working on my phone. I was in bed working on my phone, but I was like half-assing it almost, because my mind was so distracted by so many different things. And so that's what I started. You know, I cleaned off my desk because there was stuff all over it. I was not even using the desk, but I cleaned off my desk, and when I need to work, when I need to talk to people or whatever it is, like I sit at this desk right here and I put on my jams and I go into work mode and I work so intentionally and so productively. And then I can walk away and then I can be distracted and I can still, work on my phone from here and there. But like to have like an hour or 2 hours where you're just in work mode and you're intentionally working, um, it's going to make a huge difference. It did for me. It may not work for everybody, but I'm saying like just having that workspace, whatever it is, you know, and it also helps with not getting burnt out. Like I can come to my desk, work for 2 hours, do my thing, and then I'm not like, and then I can go and do other things, but I don't have to be like, oh gosh, I got to be on my phone like all the time, every 5 minutes, whatever, and then you're just feeling burnt out. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on my phone. But if you put in that 2 hours, that 1 hour, that 2 hours, whatever it is, you can go on the rest of your day doing your thing, doing your stuff, watching your kids, going to the store, whatever it is, and you've done what you need to do, and you'll feel like accomplished. You'll feel like you're doing something. Let me see. I did write some things here. Oh, something that they said at the retreat also is find somebody that inspires you that you can relate to. Now, of course, like I follow the top leaders, but they were saying like find somebody, it doesn't have to be a top leader because top leaders are doing things differently because they're at the top. They're not necessarily making 3 posts a day or always in their stories because it's not imperative for them, you know. Um, but find somebody that like if you're striving to be a 4K, follow a 4K leader, see what they're doing. If you're striving to be a 12K, follow a 12K leader that you can relate to, that you're inspired by, and mirror what they do. Don't copy and paste what they do, but mirror them. So like if they get up and they post, do a post like on the products, see how they post, and then come up with your own. And that's what I did because I can really resonate with Katie, um, with having the kids home and stuff. And of course I did this before she went 200K, but when she would post, I would post. When she posted her stories, I posted my stories, and just kind of mirror what they do until you can find like your own groove, if that makes sense. Christine, I know I've been all over the place, but do you have anything you want to add on to? I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about things that we talked about, like in Florida, and things that I thought that really hit home for me, and share it with you guys. Do you have anything you want to add?
Just one thing, and it's not anything I haven't said anything I haven't said before, but it's so crucial, is just stay true to yourself. Follow all these other people, or find someone that you relate to. We don't want you posting like them. We still want you posting like yourself. But example, when for a while I followed M. Now, when I very first joined, obviously I was nowhere near 200K, and she was already 200K when I joined like 9 months ago. And so obviously my posting is going to be a little different than hers, but she would post about her dogs, so I would post about my cat. She would make a cute little post about her and Travis. I would make a cute little post about me and Amanda. It's not about copycatting. It's genuinely about following someone's footsteps. And that does not mean that you have to be exactly who that person is. It doesn't mean that you have to do everything word for word that they do. Hell, there were times where she would post something and I was like, I can't relate to that. So I would find something about myself that was completely different from M, and I would post about that. Now, I also now that I've grown a little bit and I've gotten to my own routine of posting, now I'm at the point where I don't post unless I'm called to post. Like, I haven't posted all day. I have a post in my head ready. I just had to make sure that dinner was done before Amanda got home. But, like, I didn't feel called to post all day. I've had a busy ass 2 weeks. I slept until today till 1 p.m., and then I had to go get groceries done. I had to go get gas. I had other things that I had to do, and that's the beauty of the business. That's the beauty of not having to post every hour on the hour. That's the beauty of not having to copy and paste other posts, is that you can genuinely run your business the way that you want to run it, as long as you're running it every day. As long as you're not taking, 2-3 days off from working. And I, like Felicia said, that's one thing that's gotten Chloe where she's at. She has not taken a day off. She was on vacation and she was still growing, and I feel like that speaks volumes. I don't know how many of you were in when Chloe very first joined, but she joined and she had 70 some people in her inbox after one live. Okay, now she's a little bit younger than the majority of us, so like her younger generation is predominantly social media, so she already had that huge network. So that came to no surprise to me. And she's gorgeous and all this, that, and the other, but she had 70 some people in her inbox, and she freaked out because she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready for that growth. She wasn't ready for that influx of people coming in wanting what she had her hands on, and it scared her, and she quit. 2 days later, she quit. Now, she came back. She was still, following everyone, seeing what everyone was up to, but then she came back a couple months later, ready to run. She took that couple months to say, hey, I'm not ready for this. I know I need to work on myself, and she has not stopped. Since the day she quit and started working on herself to where she's at now, she has not stopped growing herself. And I had one of my friends the other day, she's with the company too, and we had joined around the same time. And she messaged me the other day because she's fallen off for the last like 4, 5, 6 months. And she was like, I really need to get back to it. And I was like, honestly, self-development is going to be where it's at. It's going to be your saving grace. And she was like, really? And we came from the same previous gig, and she was kind of like that with the other gig too. But in my head, I was thinking, oh, it's just the way that this company's set up. She's going to do so much better and thrive, but she's not mentally there. And it breaks my heart because she's one of my friends. I know her personally. And, I couldn't help but to just say, you need to work on yourself before you decide that this is what you need. She's got a little one on the way, so she really wants this to work. And even though she's not on my team, I was honest with her. I was like, listen, this isn't for you right now. You still got your account. It's still there. It's not active. So this is your time to grow yourself. And then the moment that you're ready to jump in, make your account active again and just get to it. But you have to grow yourself. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people don't do anything in life is because subconsciously they don't care about themselves. They don't wake up saying, oh, I don't care about myself. But if you guys read my vulnerable post the other day, I was out partying, I was out having fun, so I thought, but looking back now, I didn't care about myself. And I knew I didn't care about myself. But it was that moment that I decided to make the change to actually care about myself and actually change my life. And that's when all the good things started happening. I got my relationship back with my family and my friends, like the ones who genuinely cared about me. I was able to get my license back. I was able to get a car. I was able to get back on my feet because I cared about the way that my life was going. And that's what you have to do with your business. You know, you have to make that conscious decision that you want this to work, and you can't let anything get in your way. You know, I know a lot of you are moms. And I know this can get touchy, but you know, if someone that you had no clue who they were came up to your kid at a park and started talking to them, would you question what they were doing, or would you walk straight up to them and be like, why are you talking to my kid? More than likely you'd be like, why the hell are you talking to my kid? And that's what you need to do with your business, with yourself. You know, you have someone in your ear sitting here telling you what you should do and that you should quit or it's not worth it, and you've got all this negative stuff coming into your mind, but you need to walk up to yourself and be like, what are you doing? Are you doing what it takes to be where you need to be? And the only difference between, and I'm included in this because I didn't make it to the retreat, the only difference between the ones who didn't make it to the retreat and the people who did make it to the retreat is the people that went to the retreat ran their ass off and didn't listen to any of those negative things. They poured into themselves and they got to where they wanted to be. And that's all I got for you, because I want every single one of you to hit the top of this company. I've said it a million times and I will say it till I'm purple in the face. I could sit at 0 all day, every day, and I would still be absolutely elated to see every single one of you hit 200K.
Yeah, and you know, I was just thinking about this, like, our team is something pretty fucking special, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because for me to be a 4K leader, okay, and have as many of you guys who are actually working consistently every day is unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. You know, a lot of these girls that are, you know, successful have like 2, 3 people under them that are runners. They don't have 10 people working consistently every single day under them. They have 2, 3 people who are running, and that's, you know, how they're successful. Um, I think our team is so freaking special because, like, there's so many of us that are fucking running. Like, we want this and we work every day and we're growing our mind and we're doing these things. Like, that is a special, special thing. I don't, like, I don't know. It's not me. I just think we have found, like, really amazing people, and I love you guys. But seriously, it's not heard of. It's not heard of to have like 10 people on a Zoom like this where you guys are all working consistently every single day, showing up to these meetings every single week. That's not heard of. It's just not. And to me, that's something very special, whether it's me, whether it's Christine, whether it's Rochelle, like whatever the reason is, I'm thankful for it because it truly is an amazing thing. And you guys just need to believe in yourselves and keep pushing. You know, Brian said something to me yesterday, and he's on my shit list right now. That's okay. But he said something to, he was like, I just think you are so much more than this Thrive thing. I think you like have this Thrive thing up on a pedestal. And before I would have freaked out and been like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm not doing any sort of negativity like coming my way. I've been like, I'm done, whatever. But like because of how much I've grown, I had to explain to him, like, you don't understand. You have to grow your network. Like that's what this is. You know, yes, we have these products and stuff, but really it's about growing your following and building those relationships and building that reputation and having people know you and, you know, love you and trust you. And that's what it is. And I was trying to explain to him that you can, because any company you can do attraction marketing with. It just happens to be that our team decided to be like, hey, we're going to do this way. You know, it's not about the products that we have. Yes, our products are gold, they're amazing. But building this business is about building relationships, talking to people, growing your following, continue to grow and put valuable content out there. And that's what we mean to grow, because also, you know, when I went to that retreat this weekend, most of the girls that went are still in their 20s. Like Chloe's 20. I mean, even freaking Katie is like, what, 26, 27? M is 24. Like, we're not on the same, like, age level. But so, like, all these girls are very party animals, you know? Everybody was drinking. Not that that's a bad thing, but for the first time in my entire life, because the old Felicia would not have been able to do this. But for the first time in my entire life, I was able to, like, be proud of who I am and be like, I'm not going to drink. And people would ask me, why aren't you drinking? Don't you want to have fun? And I'm like, I'm having fun. I don't need to drink to have fun. But I'm epileptic. You know, before I'd have been like, oh, I got to be cool with everybody. Like, I don't want to be the only one not drinking. So, like, I would drink knowing that it was going to affect my health just because I wanted to feel cool, or I wanted to be in with everybody. And I didn't want to be like that sober girl in the corner. But, like, I was able to just be like, you know what? I'm not drinking. I had like one glass of wine and I drank water the rest of the time, you know. It's all about growing. That has nothing to do with the business, but I just want you guys to see, like, how growing is in all aspects of your life, whether it's the business or it's personal. Like, you know, the more you grow, you're going to notice different things in your life. And that was really big for me. I don't know if anybody can resonate with that. I'm just, drinking's not my thing, and being around a bunch of 20-something drunk off their ass, I was just like, no, like, it's just not my thing anymore. But I was strong enough. I had grown so much in the past 8 months that I was strong enough to stand up and be proud of who I am, and be able to say, you know what, I don't need to drink to have fun. I don't need to drink to enjoy this weekend. So I just want to share that with you. Yes, Lacey, if you want to say something, you can say something. I'll unmute you, babe. It won't let me. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I was just really excited to say this because when I was with It Works, I talked to this one girl that I'd been friends with for a long time, and she's a teacher, and I talked to her about greens like a long time ago. She wasn't into it or anything like that. Well, about a week ago, she messages me about 3 a.m. about and I was up with the baby, and I see this, and I don't know why she was still up, because she was still online, and I'm like, shit. I don't want, I was trying, I'm like, I don't want to make her wait. I don't want to. So I came up with this awesome thing, talking to her at 3 a.m. while I had the baby on my chest. And it was when I was doing the 3-day experience, and I was talking to Christine about it. And Christine helped me with this post, and it was that night, and she messaged me at 3 a.m, and I knew she was probably going to think, oh, she's probably not going to get back to me, but I made sure to get back to her 3 a.m. and I was talking to her about it and everything, and I explained it all to her, and she's like, well, you know, I'm a teacher, I don't have, you know, the right amount of funds. But she was telling me that she was trying to do Beachbody and how she doesn't think it was working out for her, and she'll message me about doing a 3-day experience. But I had never talked to her after she told me she didn't want to do greens, you know, back when I was with It Works, and she just messaged me out of the blue because of my posts. And like I said, I didn't make any money today. But, I mean, that doesn't mean that I'm going to give up or quit or anything like that, because, I mean, you guys totally freaking drive me. I got good people behind me. It's like when I used to work at Starbucks. I hated working at freaking Starbucks, but I had awesome people that I worked with, you know, and that made it so much fun to actually, you know, make coffee and all that stuff, because it's not fun working with you know, with people and their coffee because they're crazy. But yeah, it just like, you know, you have your down moments, but I mean, it makes it so much better because everyone's like, yeah, you can do this. And you guys are friends to me. And I mean, we're a unit, and that's why it totally works. And that's all I wanted to say. So.
Yeah, I love that. I do. I absolutely love that. And that is, oops. You know, I feel like if we didn't have the community that we have, for me, I wouldn't still be here. Like, for me, it's all about the community, the friendships, you know, us empowering each other. Without that, if I didn't have like a community of women who believed in me or pushed me when I was down, I don't think I'd still be here, because I need that. I need that camaraderie of, you know, fellow girls that are striving to do the same things that I am. It's very
Right.
important to me, and that's why I hated It Works, because I didn't.
Right.
I had
yeah.
no one. And that's why this is so different, because I feel like no matter whose team anybody's on, because there's people in this group that aren't specifically on my team or on Christine's team, but they needed that community. And that's the kind of team I want to lead. Whether you're on my team or not, like, I will back you up. I will support you. I will be that little cheerleader for you if that's what you need. Because it's very, very important to me. And I don't think we'd be as far as we are if it wasn't for the very positive, loving community that me, Christine, and Rochelle found it very important for us to have. So I love that. And I love you, ladies.
Right. I mean, because before it's like, you know, you barely made anything, and then you felt down because nobody really talked to you. And it's like, it's okay. Here's another post you can copy. See if this works. And you're just like,
yes, it's awful. What we have here is very, very special. And that's
yeah.
why I do this every week, because I want you guys to know that, like, it's okay to have rough days or not be at where you want to be at. Just continue to grow your mind. I promise you that it will happen. All of you do amazing. You know, everybody has room for improvement. I have room for improvement. Christine has room for improvement. That's why we do self-development. That's why we do these, to help you guys grow. And, you know, now that I'm back from vacation, I want to start doing the team challenges every day, you know, just to grow you guys and grow your mind and learn. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly doing, you know, watching training videos or reading a book, or, you know, looking up, you know, conversation strategies, like different stuff like that, because I always want to get better. And if you are open to growing your mind, you will be successful. I can promise you that. I didn't believe it before, but now that I do it, I do believe it. But it's seriously an amazing thing. So I've been keeping you guys on here like super, super late. But Christine, do you have anything else you want to follow up? I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and so I can get the recording up in the page. Do you have anything else you want to add, Christine?
Nope, I think we hit everything on the head. I mean, the only thing I would have to say is just go out there and kill it this week until we come back next week.
Yes, yes. You guys are all worthy. Remember that. Just be you. Don't be scared to be you. You guys are all amazing, unique individuals for a reason. Like, if God wanted you to be somebody else, He would have made you that. So He made you you for a reason, and love that, embrace that. And I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Do we have a challenge this week?
Well, I'm gonna start doing them daily, so I'll start now that I'm back on vacay and, like, I've gotten unpacked and everything. I will start doing them tomorrow. Okay. All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye, guys.